Hey everyone, welcome back. We're here with another round of awesome deals that you can grab right now for your Nintendo Switch. Now, every game in the video will be under $5 and at an all-time low, so you know you're getting a good deal. As always, you know I appreciate you hanging out, and with all that said, let's dive in. Alright, and we'll start with Bleak Sword DX, which is a compact, punishing action game that plays out like duels inside of cursed diorama battlefields. Combat is tight and deliberate. Parry, punish, and learn enemy tells, while the moody pixel art and Jim Guthrie score give every hit real weight. The DX version adds new chapters, a randomizer mode, boss run, and arena, plus control and graphical improvements that make it feel right at home on the Switch. Expect about 4 to 6 hours from the pickup, and right now it's just $2.49. Next is Nexomon and Nexomon Extinction, the complete collection. Now, if you miss classic monster catchers, this collection bundles the original Nexomon and the bigger, darker Extinction into one package. You have over 600 Nexomon to catch, evolution trees, and a massive world to explore. It's wholesome, grindy, and endlessly customizable for team build fans. It's perfect for long, relaxed playthroughs and for those who like to complete their games and get the most out of them. Again, right now, you can grab this one for just $2.49. Grimvalor is a dark metroidvania where smooth, aggressive swordplay meets platforming finesse. You'll dash, parry, and chain together attacks through twisted corridors, find upgrades and relics, and face off with some epic boss battles that demand timing more than just grinding to overpower them. It's tight, cinematic combat in a moody fantasy world, great for both shorter and longer play sessions, and you should get about 6 to 10 hours from the pickup, and right now you can grab it for just $2.59. Up next is the Amnesia collection. Now this bundle drops you into 3 different psychological nightmares. You have The Dark Descent, A Machine for Pigs, and Justine. Each one is built around immersion, sound design, and that helpless survival horror kind of feel. You'll have to hide, run, and solve environmental puzzles, while a dynamic sanity and physics system will keep you constantly on edge. Now, it'll be a long, unsettling playthrough if you run through all 3, and you're looking at about 15 to 16 hours to wrap them all up, and right now, the bundle is just $2.99. Ocean's Heart is one of those Zelda-like indie games that gets kind of overlooked a bunch. You have a pixel art RPG about a young girl searching for her missing father. You get to explore varied biomes, collect upgrades and magic, craft potions, and tackle dungeons filled with secrets and side quests. Now, of course, all of this will look familiar to any fan of the older Zelda games, and you're getting about 10 to 12 hours from the pickup. It is definitely worth checking out, and right now it's just $4.99. Alright, next is 20XTX, which is a co-op roguelike action platformer that feels like Mega Man with modern roguelike progression. Runs randomize the levels and the power-ups, and there are permanent upgrades that will carry between runs. You can tackle the game solo or with a friend in local or online co-op for chaotic, skill-based platforming. Now, short runs turn into long-term progression, and it's perfect for bite-sized sessions that still feel meaningful. You can expect about 6 to 8 hours for a single playthrough, but the replay value is through the roof, and right now you can grab it for just $3.59. The Zombies Ate My Neighbors and Ghoul Patrol bundle grabs 2 cult classic 16-bit horror games, remasters them, and throws it into one package. Now, it's equal parts goofy, frantic, and charming. You'll have to rescue neighbors, grab absurd weapons, squirt guns, soda grenades, bazookas, that kind of thing, and blast through dozens of horror-themed levels, either solo or with local co-op. It's pure retro chaos with museum extras and save anywhere convenience. Of course, your playtime will vary, but you will get dozens of hours of gameplay from the pickup. Now, the original will always be my favorite, but the sequel is pretty good as well. Either way though, the bundle is at a brand new low at just $3.74. Alright, up next is Vlad Circus Descend into Madness, which is a pixel art psychological horror adventure game that follows a traveling freak show group from the 1920s. After a tragic event kind of leaves them all scattered, they get called back to this mansion, and you'll have to explore it, solve puzzles, manage survival mechanics, and piece together a tragic, twisted story as our main protagonist. It's atmospheric, story-first horror that leans heavily on mood and slow burn dread, and it should take about 4 to 5 hours to wrap up, and again right now it's at a brand new low at just $3.99. CARRION is a reverse horror game that kind of flips the script. Instead of playing as the person being chased by the monster, in this game, You are the monster. Now, as I said, it's a reverse horror game. This is a metroidvania that is all about devouring your enemies, evolving new abilities, and tearing apart a facility that once held you captive from the inside out. It's gross, kinetic, and satisfying in a primal way, with tight level design and upgrades that keep you growing meaner the deeper that you go in. It should take about 4 to 5 hours to wrap up, and right now, it's just $4.99. Death's Door puts you into the tiny shoes of a Grim Reaper crow sent to reclaim stolen souls. Now, combat is razor sharp, the dungeon design is great, and the world itself is bleak but charming with a dry sense of humor. You can expect solid boss fights, exploration, and a story that slowly reveals itself as you collect powers. It should take around 10 to 12 hours to wrap up, and right now again, it is just $4.99. DUSK is a full-throttle FPS that channels the ferocity of the 90s with tons of weapons, brutal enemies, and levels built for speedrunning. Now, the Switch-exclusive features will polish the experience a bit with gyro aiming, 60 FPS, and a weapon wheel, while retaining that manic old-school feel. It's bloody, loud, and relentless. Great for anyone who misses classic Quake-style chaos, and it should give you about 9 to 10 hours of gameplay. And again, right now it's just $4.99, a brand new low. Alright, next is the Mummy Demastered, which is a 16-bit style metroidvania that turns the movie tie-in into a surprisingly strong exploration shooter. As a Prodigium agent, you'll use your arsenal, assault rifles, flamethrowers, grenades, and collect relics while backtracking through themed areas to rescue teammates. It nails that retro vibe while offering modern map design and satisfying progression, and it should offer about 5 to 7 hours of gameplay, and again right now, it is just $4.99. Next is Sea of Solitude, the Director's Cut, which is an emotional action-adventure game about loneliness and inner demons, now remastered for the Switch with photo mode and gyro controls. You'll travel through a drowned city as Kay, confronting metaphorical monsters that mirror real emotional struggles. The Director's Cut rewrites the script and upgrades the presentation, making it here on Switch a really good way to play through, and you should get about 6 to 10 hours, and right now again, it is just $4.99. Valkyria Chronicles blends turn-based tactics with real-time action in a unique blitz system. You'll command soldiers on a strategy map, then control them in third person for precise shots and maneuvers. The canvas-style visuals and memorable wartime story really do help it to stand out in the genre, and the game's tactics are deep without ever being overly complicated. Now, it is a longer game at about 30 to 40 hours, but very rewarding as well, and right now again, it is just $4.99. BioShock Infinite sends you to Colombia, a stunning floating city built on American exceptionalism. What begins as a rescue mission quickly spirals into a mind-bending story about power, fate, and identity. Combat mixes firearms with unique vigors, and the skyline traversal makes movement a true joy. The Complete Edition bundles in all of the DLC for a full experience. It's cinematic, thoughtful, and maybe one of the best single-player shooters that you can get on the Switch. It should take about 12 to 15 hours to work your way through, and right now it's just $3.99, which again is a brand new low. Alright folks, and now we have a bonus section, just a quick extra game at the end here. This is a brand new release, and it isn't under $5, but I had to share it because I'm a longtime fan of the AVGN, and so I figured if anybody else out there is a longtime fan, you might be interested to know that he has a brand new game out. And of course, I'm talking about Angry Video Game Nerd 8-Bit. Now this was actually designed to work on original hardware, NES hardware, but also, of course, has been ported to the Switch, and I've heard a lot of people say it's just Mega Man with AVGN skin over top, and that isn't too far from the truth, really. Now, the game throws you into a brutal, nostalgia-fueled action platformer where you'll blast through pixel-perfect levels with zombies, skeletons, and reapers straight out of the AVGN universe. The game was developed by Mega Cat Studios and Programmancer, and it really does feel like a lost NES classic, complete with power-ups, hidden routes, boss fights with familiar faces from the nerd's past. It's challenging, hilarious, and loaded with personality. If you are a fan of AVGN or just a fan of the genre, definitely check it out. Right now it is on sale for $17.99, and it just dropped on the 23rd. Alright everyone, here are some other deals to check out while you're already on the eShop. Alright everyone, that wraps up the video. Thank you as always for hanging out. Did any game catch your attention? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed the video or you found it helpful, hopefully we earned a subscription today. Please remember to leave a like on it, share it around, and I'll catch you on the next one.